Class of 2018. Welcome to your graduation. To everyone gathered here today, and to those who are joining us via live stream, thank you for taking part in this special day. And for those of you on social media, which I know is just about everybody here, please share your congratulations and excitement with the hashtag #NewSchoolGrad. Right there, to go. I also want to take a moment to congratulate and send congratulations to our students and faculty at our Parsons Paris campus who graduated earlier today. Hopefully they're watching. Joining me on stage today are our Board of Trustees Chair, Joseph Gromack, and members of our Board of Trustees, our university leadership, leaders from the student and faculty senates, our honorees and presenters, alumni delegates from the class of 1993 and 2008 who traveled quite a ways to be here with us today. And finally, our remarkable New School faculty. And I want to take a moment to recognize our commencement marshal, Professor Donald Makara. Donald? Professor Makara recently retired after 42 years teaching at Parsons. Now, if you all in the audience focus your attention on our graduates, among them, you will see some students wearing red and black cords with their academic regalia. These cords symbolize their dedication as student leaders during their time at the New School. You'll also see other students who are wearing red, white, and blue cords. They signify that they or their parents have served in the United States Armed Forces, and we thank them for their service. Now, if our graduates were wearing tassels representing their country of origin, you would see a whole spectrum of color. We are especially proud of our internationally diverse community here at the New School, and let me assure you, we are dedicated to keeping our doors open to students from around the world, regardless of their citizenship status. And finally, to all of our graduates, let me say, we are proud for you, excited for you, and here to celebrate with you. Now, there'll be plenty of clapping today, but this next round of applause may be the most important one. Class of 2018, please stand, turn around, and applaud your family and friends who supported through your studies and are here for you today. Graduates, your decision to attend the New School said something very special about you. You sought out a learning experience fueled by the intellectual and creative energy of New York City. You chose a university where academic freedom and tolerance have always prevailed. In deciding to admit you, we saw that you were creative and intellectually curious, and you wanted to make a difference in the world. During your time here, you have learned to use your creativity and scholarship to address complex issues and work towards positive social change. You have been part of an academic community actively working to confront climate change, promote social and economic equality, advocate for more inclusive and welcoming immigration policies. In our own campus in recent months, you've demonstrated resilience in the face of a building fire, spoken out on behalf of workers, and worked to promote a more inclusive campus environment. Please take that energy and drive with you wherever you go. The New School is always your university and always will be. You are not only part of the New School's past, but also part of its future. And I urge you to stay connected to this community that has been such an important part of your lives as proud members of our growing alumni network. I know I will hear great things from the class of 2018 because I know that each and every one of you will make a difference in the world. To close with a quote from this stadium's namesake, Arthur Ashe, and we'll let the jet pass over. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Congratulations, graduates. Well, we begin our ceremony with the presentation of University Teaching Awards. We honor faculty at our commencement because we know what a critical part they play in our students' success as teachers, mentors, and role models. I now invite Provost Marshall to lead the presentation of the awards.
Thank you, President Van Zandt. Indeed, the success of our graduating students is a reflection on their teachers, the knowledge and skills they bring to the classroom, the tone they set for rigor and high standards, the care and values they model. I am pleased to present this year's Distinguished Teaching Awards and the awards for outstanding achievements in diversity and social justice teaching. All awardees were nominated by their students and their peers. It is exceedingly meaningful for faculty to receive the recognition from their colleagues and especially from their students. And fittingly, we have invited students to present the awards along with their deans. Will the faculty and student presenters please join me, and then the respective deans will join as their faculties are introduced. So please come forward, and Justin Wright is the first student.
Hello, my name is Justin Wright, and I am graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts in Screen Studies from Lang. Professors, thank you. Professor Sumita Chakravarty's warmth and enthusiasm are matched equally by her desire to push intellectual boundaries. Her global cinema course was a game changer for me, opening the door to film as a tool for political change. It is my pleasure to present Professor Chakravarty with this distinguished award.
Hello there, I'm Tal Heller. I'm graduating with a Master's of Music from Mannes College in opera performance. Small but mighty, okay. Professor Nemhauser is easily one of the most influential people for a student to encounter during their journey through Mannes College of Music. Through all techniques of music and repertoire classes that he leads, Professor Nemhauser teaches singers and instrumentalists at Mannes how to be true musicians. He is kind and patient, expecting the world from each and every student, simply because he wants each and every student to have the world. He has inspired many to strive to reach their maximum potential, working hard every day to do him proud. He has shaped so many voices, helping each student find success, which is why Professor Nemhauser deserves this distinguished award.
Benjamin?
Um, Hello, my name is Ben Bailey. I'm graduating with the Bachelor of Arts from Eugene Lang, and I'm here to talk about an incredible figure that is a vital part of Eugene Lang, Cecilia Rubino. I met Professor Rubino the winter of 2015 as I was looking at universities to transfer to that had, nice theater programs. And after reading about the program at Lang, I decided to send Professor Rubino an email expressing my interests. She responded much faster than I expected and was interested with meeting me as well. I audited one of her classes, and after that it was clear from the visit how dedicated she is to her students and to the art of theater, and how supportive she is. During my time at Lang, it was wonderful to be... it was wonderful to be walking the halls and cross paths with Cecilia, and she'd stop and ask how you're doing, no matter what. So, yeah, Professor Rubino is truly a force of passion when it comes to the performing arts, as well as a rock for others as they weather the storms of life as an artist.
How y'all doing? I'm Carly Haywood, and I'm graduating today with a BFA in fashion design. It is with great honor to be awarding Professor Kimberly Jenkins with the 2018 Outstanding Achievements in Diversity and Social Justice. By bringing courses like fashion and race into the New School University, she has inspired and motivated many students with an interest in fashion and activism by carving a space for us to critique an industry and push for change within it. It is important for Black students and other students of color to see themselves represented in positions of leadership at the New School and feel that their classrooms are safe spaces. Professor Jenkins has created these spaces of healing, support, and intellectual growth. And for that, I want to thank her and present to her this well-deserved award.
Hi, my name is Samiha Ahmed, and I am graduating today with my Bachelor of Arts in Urban Studies from Eugene Lang College. Hey. Robert Sember is an artist, an activist, a scholar, and many other things, but I think teaching is where he has found his highest calling. In classes like Vogology, Aesthetics Across the Arts, and Art After Apartheid, Robert shows his students that to learn and to teach is to be vulnerable, to acknowledge history, and to prepare for change. His love and devotion to students throughout this transformative process is unparalleled, and as I'm sure many of his other students would tell you, unforgettable. I am so honored not only to know Robert, but to present him this well-deserved award.
We will now present the honorary degrees. Universities confer honorary degrees to recognize individuals for sustained and extraordinary achievements in academic, artistic, or civic realms. They reflect the standards we hold high. Chairman Gromick and Provost Marshall will join me to present the honorary degrees. And following the presentation of each degree, each candidate will address the graduates.
Michael Gellert, please come forward. Commitment, perseverance, generosity. These are attributes you have shown in your many years of service to cultural and educational institutions, especially your beloved New School. After coming to the United States from Prague in 1938 with your family to escape Nazi Europe, you committed yourself to your education and went on to build a stellar career in finance. Through all of your extraordinary personal success, you've remained deeply committed to giving back. At the New School, you saw something special and important in our core values of creativity, academic freedom, and social engagement. You have served on the Board of Trustees for 33 years. You have endowed a professorship, underwritten the Faculty Resource Center, and supported the Public Seminar Initiative. These are among the many ways you have demonstrated your confidence in our vision. You have been with us for many important moments in our school's history, including the 80th anniversary of the University in Exile in 2014, at which you helped commemorate the New School's legacy as a safe haven for scholars from all over the world. As we look to the university's centennial in 2019, we are incredibly honored to have your enduring participation, leadership, and belief in the highest aims of education. It is my pleasure to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Congratulations to the class of 2018 on this remarkable personal milestone. I am Kate Gellert. I am Michael's daughter, and on his behalf and on behalf of the rest of our family here today, I want to thank President Van Zandt, Provost Marshall, and all of the New School community for this honor. May 21st, 1938. That will be 80 years ago this coming Monday. As Provost Marshall said, that is the date when my father's family made the decision and left their home in Prague, Czechoslovakia. The Germans had marched into Austria, and the consequences of what that meant started to become clear. 3 years later, in 1941, they all arrived safely here in the United States and set about creating their new lives. The first step on that path was education. Quote, "Education is the foundation of everything." That simple statement was said by my father on the 80th anniversary of the founding of the University in Exile, the origin of today's New School. While the graduates we celebrate today receive diplomas, those simple pieces of paper are merely the physical manifestation of all that you have learned through your various studies. Know that the educations you received are yours for life. They can never be taken away from you. Education is your key to freedom. Now, to advance my father's story another 50 years, we come to 1985 when he joined the Board of Trustees of the New School. While the campus has changed and the course offerings have changed, I posit what makes the New School unique has not changed at all. The first thing my father says about what drew him to the New School is simply, it is in New York. To me, that means not just its urban setting, but also the diverse community that it attracts. I am told there are over 114 countries and territories represented in the New School student body. You don't get more diverse or New York than that. The second thing Dad will mention is the cross-disciplinary nature of the studies. I would be hard-pressed to say if Dad likes the graduate faculty or the Mannes School of Music more, but when you combine the two, you really make him smile. Seriously, what does this mean? It means that in a rapidly changing world, thinking about the issues of our day requires both intellectual and creative solutions. Creative expression, academic freedom, tolerance. These are among the values the New School stands for, and they make me, my family, and most importantly, my father, proud to support. President Van Zandt, Provost Marshall, and all the members of the class of 2018, thank you for this honor.
Glenn Ligon, please come forward. To make art that grapples with complex problems takes a special combination of creativity, critical reflection, and a willingness to experiment. Qualities that we aim to develop in all of our students and ones that you have exhibited time and time again in your work. Drawing on conventions of modern painting and conceptual art, you bring an important voice to the cultural conversation, skillfully and thoughtfully holding a lens up to the issues of identity. Your work shows us art's capacity to interrogate issues, draw viewers in, and make us think. Among your many prominent awards and exhibitions, you are a star of both the 1991 and 1993 Whitney Biennials, and then you returned to the museum in 2011 for a mid-career retrospective of your work that was praised as one of the year's must-see exhibitions. Your work is in the many major museums and collections, including the art collection at the New School, where your site-specific neon installation in the University Center draws on the words of Walt Whitman to reflect on themes of tolerance, equality, and social justice. For your continued impact on the world with your art, it is our honor to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
A great honor to be with you today. No labor-saving machine nor discovery have I made, nor will I be able to leave behind me any wealthy bequest to found a hospital or library, nor reminiscence of any deed of courage for America, nor literary success, nor intellect, nor book for the bookshelf. Only a few carols vibrating through the air I leave for comrades and lovers. That's Walt Whitman from the 1900 edition of Leaves of Grass, writing about the gift he will leave us, homes for comrades and lovers. And here in 2018, as you're about to graduate and begin to make your way in the world, I ask, how will you use your gifts, and what gift will you leave for the future? When I was asked to propose a permanent art installation for the Events Cafe at the University Center building, I immediately thought of Whitman, a poet of democracy, of equality, a poet of and for the future. Whitman's words now ring in that meeting place and ring out from the past. The neon piece in the Events Cafe is my first permanent artwork, and although I have been invited here today to give you a, quote, short, impactful speech, unquote, the words that I wanted to say have already been said in neon lavender, no less, and they vibrate through the air from the past to the present, and hopefully they vibrate in whatever future awaits us. Thank you.
Hilton Alls, please come forward. Few have provided as much perspective on the intersection of identity and the American cultural landscape as you have. Your compelling writing has engaged audiences and fostered important conversations at a time when they are truly necessary. An essential voice at The New Yorker for nearly 3 decades, you earned the 2017 Pulitzer Prize in Criticism. Though best known as a drama critic, you have been praised for your writing across cultural domains. Your contributions to the visual arts have included editing the catalog of the 1994-95 Whitney Museum exhibition, Black Male, Representations of Masculinity in Contemporary American Art, and curating the 2017 exhibition, Alice Neal, Uptown, which was named by Art Forum as one of the 10 best shows of the year. Your most recent book, White Girls, was a finalist for the National Book Critics Circle Award and winner of the Lambda Literary Award in 2014. Having been inspired by an early class in art history at the New School, you have gone on to inspire countless other students, including many at the New School, to redraw the boundaries of intellectual and creative thought. For your ongoing contributions to culture, we bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Arts and Humane Letters, honoris causa.
I'm a mess. I want to thank you all really for this incredible honor, and I've written a little something to commemorate how important the New School has been to me. Now that I am very old, I'm talking about Madonna and P. Diddy old, I can look back with a certain degree of clarity, hindsight is always 20/20, and say that when I found the New School, I started to find myself. I was no older than you are now, but unlike you, I was sort of rudderless as far as education was concerned, a dropout who didn't know how to utilize higher education to my own ends, to take what I needed in order to become the person and artist I dreamt about becoming. I can't remember just now who it was who pointed me in the direction of the New School, but I remember feeling a sense of relief when I registered for 2 courses that were of a special interest to me, French Art and Literature of the 19th Century and a survey course in Chinese art. In a way, both courses determined my future path, a path I wouldn't have followed had it not been for the encouragement of a certain Professor Chang. He taught the Chinese art survey course. One day, after class, he said that I was talented, that I should pursue art history, and I did. Because there is nothing in the world like being seen, it feeds the soul like nothing else. And even though I lost touch with Professor Chang, I feel that my work as a writer and curator honors him, honors his faith in me, just as this immense honors my association with a life-changing professor I met at the New School. In thinking about those classes recently, in trying to recall my former self, I think what I come away with from my time at the New School and in all my study is a deeper understanding of nuance. Just now, we live in a world of absolutes, of sharp divisions between the good and the bad. And some of that is warranted, God knows. We live in a society that's capable of producing a president who doesn't want women to have control over their own bodies, in a world where the hideous and insidious forces of racism are constantly at work, a disunited states. But we can't make up for the outrageous literalness and cowardice of one party by discounting what we thinkers and makers are especially good at, finding and unearthing the complications of human experience. Just now, when we feel so badgered by policies that have nothing to do with us, but with power relegated to the few, it's important to understand and to be active in undermining the powers that be with the skills you've cultivated during your time at the New School. The dynamism and power of criticism, your ability to see and describe, and most importantly, to remember. Thugs never win as long as there is us, and men like Professor Chang, who insist we see clearly and with might. Thank you.
Thank you, Hilton. Creativity reveals itself in many forms at the New School. To give you just a taste from our College of Performing Arts, here they are. I now welcome a special musical performance by Ella Brick by Linda Pergeno.
I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me all day long. How you guys doing? say 'em loud, say 'em clear for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could give all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish you could know all the things that I can do. Though I'm way overdue, I've been starting anew. I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I found I can fly up to the sun and look down at the sea. Yes, I'm saying 'cause I know. Yes, I'm saying 'cause I know. Yeah, I say 'cause I know. Yeah, I say 'cause I know. Come on. And I say 'cause I know. I want to hear you. 'Cause you know we made it. Come on. 'Cause I know, yeah. Then I sing 'cause I know. 'Cause I know. Then I sing 'cause I know. How it feels to be free, 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 free. Yeah. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We made it. Jonathan Mitchell on bass, Jonathan Edward Thomas, Daniel Cream. Thank you.
Well, that got the blood flowing. That was great. We will now present the two final honorary degrees.
Camilo, Hazara, Jose Makara, please come forward. With your discerning eye, creative drive, and passion for social justice, you have shown us the ability of photography to reflect and influence civic development and spur positive change. Born in Chile, you came to the United States and pursued studies in sociology. While working on your master's degree, you began photographing urban environments. Applying sociological methods of documentation, you created a visual record of people's lives in some of the poorest and most segregated communities in the United States, and an unprecedented portrait of urban decay. Your archives have been acquired by the Library of Congress, where they serve as a record of our collective urban memory. Embracing technology, you have used the internet to create a dynamic repository of communities across the country, mapping changes over time and space in a project that led courts to call you the man who's been doing Google Street View since before Google founders were born, which wasn't that long ago. Your work has earned you a MacArthur Genius Grant, as well as the National Humanities Medal, making you the first photographer to receive such an honor. Today, we are proud to recognize you with the Doctor of Fine Arts honoris causa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, there we are. All right.
Congratulations. Very good. I'm very moved by this, and thank you all for being here. I thank the new school for giving me this award. And I want to tell you, first of all, that I came to New York right at the end of 1969-70. And it was the right place to be to sort of try to understand what has been a subject of, for all my life, which is try to understand failure. I was sort of pursued by failure as I was growing up as a child, and then I never expected to come to the United States and find it in such a huge way, because I came in the midst of the deindustrialization of the United States. There were cities like Gary, Indiana, Detroit, Michigan, and certainly New York was falling apart in 1970 when I first came in. So I'm going to show you a few pictures, and and I don't know what advice can I give you. Pursue failure with all your heart and soul, and it's going to get you success. Maybe one piece of advice, because you get to understand it and you get to sort of talk to others about it, and then it becomes something that maybe is not failure. Any case, so let's put the images, the first images. When I used to go to the Lower East Side, which is nothing like what it is today, I used to see images like the one on the screen right now. It was an elderly woman at the entrance of an apartment, and she was holding a copy of the Daily News. And I could understand that the Daily News, having had that newspaper on her hand, meant that she had lived another day. And being at the entrance of her building meant that she wanted to show that to the world. I was able to see this boy in the Bronx. I don't know, are the pictures?
Yes.
Okay. I saw this boy in the Bronx, and I just got into that look. I've never had a look like that from a boy that kind of age. He was so grown up, and it kind of stayed with me. Let's see the next one. Then I went, of course, I was going to all the poorest places in the neighborhood, in the neighborhoods in New York. And the next image, please. The next image is a group of boys that were playing in the Bronx on the roof of a car. And that to me was very, extremely impressive, because those were the cars that when I was a child, I would look up as the most wonderful gift of modern age and modern technology. And here they were, the 1958 Windsor was junked. Let's see the next. This was also one where I had an intervention that was, saw these little girls playing with white dolls in Harlem. And I was very interested in photographing it, and the girls arranged it perfectly for me. And they could understand that I wanted to photograph the dolls before they could understand that I wanted to photograph them. So they thought that the dolls were what interested me. So I made this picture, and then I asked them, why do you have white dolls? And that kind of, sort of froze them. And I realized I had said the wrong thing, that their dolls were their proud possession, and they were very happy to have them. Let's see the next one. And that's the last picture of my first series. This picture, I took this photographs when I was about your age, maybe a year or two older. And then they sort of stay under my bed for about 40 years. And then I resurrected them, and now they are all over the internet. So here you can see an image of Harlem from also from the same period. Now my next stage was to follow mostly buildings over time. Well, this is the last of the older pictures. Again, it shows you the wrecks that you would see strewn all over New York City. That's the Bronx River. Since then, it's been cleaned up. Let's see the next. The next image, please. Okay, and that's a horse-drawn carriage. There were even things like that in New York, and that was in 1970. And to see a horse-drawn carriage reminded me of growing up in the country back in Chile. So from then on, I moved on to another way of photographing, which was photographing individual buildings, blocks, and photographing them over time. And one of the series was on the Trade Center. The first picture, it was such an impressive, powerful view, such a thing. The city was crumbling in many ways, but this building was sort of, going to rescue it, or rescue at least a big part of it. So to me, to see the building going up and to see the homeless men sleeping right next to it was, just moved me very much. And then of course, I asked him, I talked to him, and he said, get me a sandwich. So I went and got him a sandwich. And then I did a series of photographs of lower Manhattan, which were taken from a point of view that every tourist photograph it. I'm going to go quickly there to show you the changes. The first image is from '79. The second image, it's from '79 too, but it's a different set of different lighting, different time of day. Let's see the next one. And then I was, of course, when September 11 came, I went to the Lower East Side, and that's the way it was. I crossed the Manhattan Bridge. This site where I do this, I take these pictures, and I go there once or twice a year. It's on the Brooklyn side of the Manhattan Bridge. It's sort of a favorite place for every tourist to take a picture because they get everything in there. They get the Statue of Liberty, they get the World Trade Center, they get the Brooklyn Bridge, and they get the river. Let's see the next one. And here is like a week or two after the World Trade Center tragedy. And let's see the next one. And that's when the lights came up, that's the view at 3 in the morning. Let's see the next one. And this is much more recent. You begin the new buildings going up, the new buildings of the World Trade Center, and all the star architects. It looks like the star architects of 100 years ago or 80 years ago then had their buildings covered by the new buildings of the star architects of today. Let's see them. Next one. And here we're about 2016, and the lights of the building sort of match the light of the sunset. Let's see the next one. And here is at night, and I think we have one more picture here. And that's like a year ago, and again, the last, please. And that's the way it was like 2-3 weeks ago. So I follow this particular setting, and I follow many other buildings throughout the country, I could say. And I hope that that record is useful, and I hope it's a testimony of something which I like to share with you, which is, a sort of insatiable curiosity. And I think a photograph taken at one time, it's almost like a commitment to a place, and then you go back and a story begins to be told to you. So I encourage you to be curious and to follow that throughout the rest of your lives. Thanks.
Nancy Lublin, please come forward. As a social entrepreneur designing solutions to real-world problems, you embody values that guide us at the New School. With a positive, inquisitive spirit, you have dedicated yourself to helping others. Your first major project was Dress for Success, the nonprofit you launched in 1997 to support career development for underprivileged women. In 2003, you became the CEO of DoSomething.org, a nonprofit helping young adults lead social change, and you turned it into the largest global youth organization in the world. In 2013, you launched Crisis Text Line, a 24/7 text hotline to help young people in distress. You have lauded the New School's distinctive educational approach and said of New Schoolers, they think in different ways, they problem solve, they're interested in quality work and in having an impact. They are my favorite people to hire. Thank you, and we have a whole new group coming your way. Fast Company has called you one of the most creative people in business, and you were named to Fortune's list of the world's 50 greatest leaders. You have accepted this praise modestly and kept on moving, and we cannot wait to see what social challenge you will tackle next. It is our honor to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you so much. Somewhere in heaven, my grandparents are thrilled that there's finally a doctor in the family. Graduates, class of 2018, please remove your shoes. No, I mean it, for real. Remove your socks and shoes. Now, look down at your feet and look at your neighbor's feet. They're weird and amazing. Some of you have nasty-ass feet. Some of you have beautiful little dainty feet. I need a pedicure right now. Some of you have stinky feet, sweaty feet, but here's what I know about your feet. They've worked hard. You've walked on those feet, you've jumped on those feet. Carly Hayward squished them into some gorgeous shoes, right? You've put them into beautiful shoes, you've put them into ugly shoes, you've kicked balls with them, you've gone upstairs with them. Your feet are weird and amazing. Now, on those bare feet, I want some of you to stand. Stand up if you thought you might never get here today? Stand up if you had some classes that were so hard you thought you might break. Stand up if it was expensive and you took loans to get here and you worked hard to get to this moment. Here's what I know about this new school education. It was also weird and amazing. That's why I like to hire you. Here's the other thing I know. Out there, outside those doors, it's also weird and amazing. You were born with those 2 feet, and they've taken you here. Today, you have this education that no one can ever take from you. So my request is to stay weird and be amazing.
Let's give another round of applause to our honorary degree winners. Thank you. I now introduce our student speaker. First, I want to acknowledge each of the 2 finalists, Calixto Perez Gallan and Talia Cotton. But today, the class of 2018's commencement speaker is Yu Ling Wu. Yu Ling is graduating with a dual Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. She majored in theater at Lang with a minor in ethnicity and race. And at Parsons, she majored in integrated design. She describes herself as a first-and-a-half-generation immigrant from San Francisco, California. She has been deeply engaged with her university as a resident advisor, project leader, ambassador, student advocate, scholar, writer, and artist. And on top of all that, in her free time, Yu Ling does improvisation with the Upright Citizens Brigade, freelances as a makeup artist, and makes videos for her YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Yu Ling Wu.
They got me a stool. Thank God. I was like, I don't know if anyone can see me. Also, is it cool if we take a selfie for social capital? You know, just. I think that did it. I don't know. Not sure. Okay. Thank you for letting me address you all today. I'm just like really grateful. So I was in line at a Michael's craft store one day when I thought, this would be a great time to ask my mother about her immigration story. So, you know, I asked the typical questions. What were your first impressions of America? Do you miss China? And of course, did you have any dreams when you were younger? Bonjour? Dreams, she asked. Yeah, like pipe dream. Did you want to be an astronaut, an actor, or what did you want to do? Huh? Bonjour? 冇諗過呢啲嘢啊，冇啊。Dreams? No, never had any. Never thought about it. Didn't. See. And just as we were about to reach the cashier, she yells, oh. Oh. What? 我記住啦. I remember. 我有一個夢想. I had one dream. 大學. College. 我好想去大學. I really wanted to go to college. 但差2分入唔到啦, but I was off by 2 points, so I didn't get to go. Oh, well, are you sad about that? I asked. 唔係啊，就係咁咯. Oh, it is what it is. 好多人入唔到啊. Lots of other people didn't get in. 同埋我入到咧就冇你咯. And if I did go, you wouldn't be here. Oh, well, why is that? 咁我同你個爸爸結婚咯，就冇生你出嚟啦，就冇你咯. Because if I went, then I would have been successful in college, wouldn't have met your father, and wouldn't have gotten you here. So, you're welcome, I guess. I was quickly taken aback. Where was the woe is me moment? It was not the romanticized immigration story I had in my head. I didn't get to pity my mother in the way I had quite expected. She was not in mourning for a life she did not have. She was too busy enjoying the life she had created. Before entering college, we had a set of expectations. At the new school, we are promised an institution like no other. One with a rich legacy of social justice. One that, and I quote, is a home for dissenting opinions, radical ideas, and progressive solutions. I was sold. Everyone in this room was sold. It's almost as if this school's like a business. Yet, when we got here, we realized the thing that we were promised did not actually exist. While the new school fiercely proclaims its social justice commitment, we soon realized that it is just a microcosm of the reality around us. So, we were left with a group of people who believed in this thing that did not exist, a promise unkept, but who are all here for the same reason. Instead, we found something else, a way to make those promises into a reality. Four years ago, I would have soiled myself if I just said the words that came out of my mouth. I would not have had the guts to say what I just did. See, I'm not always a fan of rocking the boat, but as a dear professor of mine reminded me recently, I need to roar, both on and off stage, because unnecessary politeness is an organized crime. In fact, 4 years ago, I didn't even know why I had come to the new school. Well, I did, but it was not for the reasons you would think. After being rejected from the 15 private universities and Ivy League colleges I applied to, I had to accept that my dream then would not come true. At the time, it was to be on Saturday Night Live and be BFFs with Lorne Michaels. But instead, I would opt for a university close to home, where I would study business. I'd make my parents' sacrifice worth it by doing what I was supposed to do. The new school is the exact opposite of that, the exact opposite of what I thought I was supposed to do. When I, by chance, applied and it was accepted, I said yes because, as someone mentioned before, it was in New York, and honestly, I just saw it on Project Runway. It was the biggest risk that I took. I'm not totally sure what the hell I was expecting when I said yes. I had this idea that I would be at a school where I'd make those blank white canvases that sit on gallery walls, or slather myself in paint and have art drip out from my toenails. And I mean, that's not really far from what happens here, but it's far from what shocked me the most. What I did not expect was for my world to be rocked. It was here at the new school when I came in contact with very deep notions of identity. It was here that I was the most uncomfortable with my comfort. The people here took my mind, put that thing down, flipped it, and reversed it. It's never forget down yet. I'm sorry, Miss Elliott, I tried it. Here was the first time that someone called me racist, where I had several butthole clench moments. What are those? Coming to realizations that my post-racial fantasy was not true. This was in the time of Black Lives Matter, Trayvon Martin, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, Ferguson. The list goes on, even though it shouldn't. The amount of mental gymnastics that happened in my Lang classes are unparalleled. I had never unpacked so many constructs and structures of power in my life. Look at me now. I've mastered the art of piggybacking off of that point. Lang students know what I'm talking about. And it was here that I found people who were patient enough to give me space for my messiness, a large margin for error, room for becoming, but who also demanded I be more aware, more awake, to ask more questions, to think again, to make, to remake. And after all that, it felt like I had to self-destruct, then reconstruct. Here, I learned what community looks like. To quote the wise philosopher, Alanis Morissette, isn't it ironic that I came to this institution which gave me access to the language that I use today to critique the very institution? This past year, our school was going through it. And I mean really going through it. I'm gonna take this off because it's slipping off my head. It's too big for me. Students were left without art and design facilities just weeks before theses were due. Good thing I hadn't started mine yet. Speaking of space, or lack thereof, students of color organized to have a space on campus to foreground our experiences and needs. Years of community building and dedicated organizing accomplished this goal. We then learned of the university's plan of ending its contract with the cafeteria vendor, jeopardizing jobs of current cafeteria workers. And so students took to organizing and occupying that space for 16 days, subsequently forcing the admin to agree to rehire all workers. And newly unionized student workers who are still in the midst of extremely difficult contract negotiations were on a campus-wide strike. These fights are still far from over. Good thing we're graduating, am I right? While it has been a turbulent year, I have to admit, I am in awe. I am in awe at us and our willingness to do the work. In a recent spam email I received from the school regarding a survey about my experience here, I was asked the question, if you could do it all over again, would you choose the new school? My answer was, abso-fruitly yes. 1,000 times yes. Because it is only here I can find people who can roll with the punches the way we can. The way that we are resourceful. The way we don't do what we are expected or supposed to do. We don't take the easy way out. I've witnessed over and over how we are the ones making true what the new school preaches. The school only provides the circumstances, but we are the ones making it into what it is. Without us, it'd be nothing. Without us, it is nothing. And when we could have quit after a year's worth of work was thrown out because of the fire, we chose instead to remake what we had, to rethink, to do it faster, bigger, and better. When we could have accepted that there was no way we'd get a POC space, we said, guess again, sis. And pushed until it happened. And when we saw our community in jeopardy, we didn't turn away and pretend it wasn't happening. We stayed. We showed up. We always show up. It is here where I found people who don't stand still. We are anything but static. We are a pulsating student body. Therefore, I am never in mourning for what I did not get at the new school, but rather grateful for what I have found and for what we have built here. An extended family that is constantly making, shaping, and transforming the world around us. Time and time again, I am reminded that our education here is not just for me. It's for my mom, too, and my dad, and my sister, and Scott, my homie, and my friends, my community. It's for us, past, present, and future us. Our strength is that we confront the contradictions of our world today, the fact that we invite the problematic. Welcome, Trump supporters, wherever you are. Just want to talk. We know not to rely on those in power to change what we want. That's old news. We aren't naive enough to wait for change. Instead, we make it. We are the group of people that holds ourselves and other people accountable. We demand others to do better. And it's because we care so damn much. And that's the thing. I've never met a group of people that are more resilient, capable, and passionate. Our world is shifting, tides are turning, and we are at the forefront. We are the ones who are manifesting, creating, and forcing possibility. We dare to create because we believe in change. We dare to imagine because we have a fire for justice, a non-electrical fire. But most importantly, we do what we do because we have a deep love for humanity. And it is all born out of a labor of love. And if the work we do here can serve as a testament to what we will do outside of the walls of this institution, then to those forces that are not on our side, we have a lot of those. I have only one warning. Prepare yourselves. White supremacy will be shaking in its boots. Donald Trump, wig, snatched. Heteronormative patriarchy, quaking. Capitalism, we're still working on that one. So just... Because class of 2018 is a force to be reckoned with. One thing we don't do is back down. Congratulations, class of 2018. We did that. Thank you so much.
Wow. Well, the moment has arrived when we celebrate the graduates through the Conferral of Degrees. Should be happy about that, right, babe? I will ask the university deans to present their candidates. We start with the Doctor of Philosophy. That degree is the highest degree conferred at the university. And today we present those students individually who have attained this degree. And immediately following the presentation of the PhDs, we move on to the conferral of the master's and bachelor's degrees. To begin with the presentation of the doctoral candidates, will Executive Dean Mary Watson please come forward?
This is what you call a hard act to follow. Mr. President, Mr. Provost, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy at the Schools of Public Engagement. I'll ask the candidates to please rise and approach the platform. First, let me present Claude Joseph, Doctor of Philosophy in Public and Urban Policy. Rebecca Hollander, Doctor of Philosophy, Public and Urban Policy. Calvin T. Brown, Doctor of Philosophy, Public and Urban Policy. Puya Gorbani, Doctor of Philosophy, Public and Urban Policy. Sorry. And now I ask my colleague Will Milberg, Dean of the New School for Social Research, to come to the podium.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome. Thank you there.
Thank you, Mary. I just want to take a very short moment to recognize the very great loss we had with the tragic murder of our colleague and our mentor, Jeremy Safran, 10 days ago. He graced us here for 25 years. He was the architect of a very successful program in clinical psychology, and most, if not all, of the students receiving the PhD in clinical psychology today were influenced by Jeremy Safran's intellect and his leadership and his guidance. Mr. President, Mr. Provost, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy at the New School for Social Research. I will ask the candidates to rise and please approach the platform. Scott Benjamin Ritter, Doctor of Philosophy in Politics. Congratulations. Malgorzata Bacalaras Duverger, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. Julian Huncasalo, Doctor of Philosophy in Politics.
Congratulations. Good job.
Kumiko Endo, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. Anton Henry DeRosa, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology.
Congratulations. Good for you.
Your son here? Good. Ayako Serenji, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. Eleanor Pia Cavalca, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology. Laura Nicole DeFrasine, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology. Irina Krotava, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology. Lori Jean Reyes, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology.
Congratulations. Good for you.
Already announced, Andrea Fortunato, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology. Madeline Ann August, Doctor of Philosophy, Clinical Psychology.
Congratulations. Good for you.
Mallory Laura Gordon, Doctor of Philosophy and Clinical Psychology.
Congratulations.
Adela Nikitiades, Doctor of Philosophy, Clinical Psychology. Michael Charles Kinsey, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology. William Reed Payne, Doctor of Philosophy in Politics. Marianne Amy Lenabat, Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy. Maxwell Alexandre Michaud Tremblay, Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy. Rezvana Ganji, Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. Lara Shushan Galasorki, Doctor of Philosophy in Politics. Thank you. Mark Andrew Thorsby, Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy. Jason Dwayne Urine, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology. Kalaya Cheranying, Doctor of Philosophy in Politics.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Samar Issa, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Damian Nicholas Parker, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Jeremy Hill Buttman, Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy. This was, by the way, our largest class of PhDs in a long time. An incredible group of scholars headed into incredible jobs. Mr. President, Mr. Provost, I have the honor to present the candidates for the master's degrees at the New School for Social Research. Will all of the NSSR master's degree candidates please rise? This esteemed group includes our candidates for Master of Arts, Master of Science, or Master of Philosophy in the following fields: anthropology, cognitive, social, and developmental psychology, creative publishing and critical journalism, economics, global political economy and finance, historical studies, liberal studies, philosophy, politics, psychology, sociology. Please be seated. Congratulations. I now ask my colleague, Dean Watson, to please return to the podium.
Mr. President, Mr. Provost, I have the honor to present the candidates for the master's and bachelor's degrees in the Schools of Public Engagement. I will begin with the candidates for the graduate degrees. First, will the candidates for the Master of Art degree in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages please stand? Please be seated. Will the candidates of the Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing please rise? Please be seated. Will the candidates from the School of Media Studies please rise? This impressive group includes candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts in Media Studies and Master of Science in Media Management. Please be seated. Will the candidates from the Milano School of International Affairs, Management, and Urban Policy please rise? These fine candidates are students in the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Philosophy in International Affairs, Environmental Policy and Sustainability Management, Human Resource Management, Nonprofit Management, Organization Change Management, Public and Urban Policy, and Urban Policy Analysis and Management. Please be seated. Will the candidates in the bachelor's program for adults and transfer students please rise? These students are candidates for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science, with degrees in majors of Creative Writing, Environmental Studies, Food Studies, Liberal Arts, Global Studies, Media Studies, Musical Theater, and Urban Studies. Please be seated. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Richard Kessler, Executive Dean of the College of Performing Arts. Richard, please come forward.
Mr. President, Mr. Provost, I have the distinct honor to present the candidates for degrees and diplomas for the College of Performing Arts. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Music from the Mannes School of Music please rise? These poet-musicians include majors in collaborative piano, composition, guitar, orchestral instruments, piano, theory, and voice. Please be seated. I now have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts in the New School of Drama. Actors, playwrights, directors, will all of the master's candidates please rise? This includes our candidates for degrees in acting, directing, and playwriting. Please be seated. Will the Mannes School of Music candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music please rise? These include majors in composition, guitar, orchestral instruments, piano, and voice. Please be seated. Will the Mannes School of Music candidate for the Professional Studies Diploma please rise? All right. Please be seated. Will the Mannes candidate for the Extension Diploma please rise? Please be seated. I now have the honor to present the very talented, swinging, hard-swinging candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the School of Jazz and Contemporary Music. Will all of the candidates please rise? This includes our candidates for the for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Jazz and Contemporary Music. Please be seated. I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in the New School of Drama. I note that this is the first graduating class in the BFA program. Will all the Bachelor candidates please rise? Please be seated. I now ask Stephanie Browner, my colleague and Dean of the Eugene Lang College of Liberal Arts, to join me at the podium. We have the honor to present together the BAFA students who have completed the dual degree of Bachelor of Arts from Lang College and Bachelor of Fine Arts from the School of Jazz and Contemporary Music.
Will the Lang Jazz BFA BA students please rise? Please be seated. Mr. President and Mr. Provost, I have the honor to present the fierce and uncompromising critical thinkers of Eugene Lang College for their degrees. Will all the candidates please rise? This group of remarkable students have majors in anthropology, contemporary music, culture and media, economics, environmental studies, global studies, history, interdisciplinary science, journalism and design, liberal arts, literary studies, philosophy, politics, psychology, screen studies, sociology, the arts, theater, and urban studies. Congratulations. Please be seated. I now ask Joel Towers, Executive Dean of Parsons School of Design, to please come forward and join me at the podium. How are you doing? We have the honor to present together the BAFA students who have completed the dual degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts from Parsons School of Design and Bachelor of Arts from Lang. Will the Lang Parsons BAFA students please rise?
Mr. President, Mr. Provost, I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in Parsons School of Design. I will begin with the Parsons master's degree candidates. Will all of the Parsons master degree candidates please rise and remain standing? This extraordinary group includes our candidates for Master of Architecture, as well as our candidates for Master of Arts in Design Studies, Fashion Studies, History of Design and Curatorial Studies, and the Theories of Urban Practice. It also includes our candidates for the Master of Fine Arts in Design. Fine Arts, you get called twice. Hold on a sec. The Master of Fine Arts in Design and Technology, Fashion Design and Society, Fine Arts, Industrial Design, Interior Design, Lighting Design, double majors in Interior Design and Lighting Design, Photography, Transdisciplinary Design, and our inaugural class of candidates for Master of Professional Studies in Communication Design, as well as Master of Science in Data Visualization, Design and Urban Ecologies, and Strategic Design and Management. Finally, our candidates for dual degrees in Master of Architecture and Master of Fine Arts in Lighting Design. Congratulations. Please be seated. I will now recognize the Parsons candidates for bachelor's degrees. Will the candidates rise and remain standing for Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science? This boisterous group includes majors in architectural design, communication design, design and technology, fashion design, fine arts, illustration, integrated design, interior design, photography, product design, strategic design and management, and urban design. Congratulations. Please be seated. Finally, the candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science. Will all of the candidates for the Associate in Applied Science degree please rise and remain standing? These trailblazers include our candidates for the AAS degrees with majors in fashion design, fashion marketing, graphic design, and interior design. Thank you, and please be seated. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dean Towers. I now ask Provost Marshall to come forward to present the candidates for the Conferral of Degrees.
Mr. President, we have presented to you the candidates for degrees in all of the programs of the new school. They've been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I now ask that you, by your official act, confer upon them their degrees. Will all the degree candidates please rise again? Thank you.
By the authority vested in me by the Regents of the State of New York and by the Board of Trustees of the new school, I now confer upon you the degrees as designated by your deans and admit you to all the rights and responsibilities they represent. Congratulations, class of 2018. Our ceremony now comes to a close and the party begins. So, please stay for a while to celebrate outdoors with the graduates, faculty members, deans, and friends of our new school commencement festival. We have a DJ, some great food trucks, and plenty of photo opportunities. I ask that everyone remain at your places until the platform party has recessed from the stage. You may then exit the stadium and we will see you outside at the festival, which is just past the main gate towards the Unisphere, that wonderful artifact of the World's Fair. Again, everyone please rise. One more time, congratulations, class of 2018.